Good afternoon and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Tiago Silva.
And I'm Paulo Pedro. It was a busy night in Europe as the Europa League returned last night. Arsenal's youngsters secured top spot of Group E with a 3-0 win away at Vorskla. 18-year-old Emil Smith-Rowe, the star of the show on a comfortable night in Kiev. Back in London, Chelsea had a similarly calm night in Group L. Another youngster, Callum Hudson-Odoi, starred for the Blues as they run out 4-0 winners over PAOK. Meanwhile, Rangers' 0-0 draw at home to Villarreal means their progression from Group G goes right down to the wire, while Scott Sinclair's goal was enough to move Celtic up to second in Group B behind runaway leaders RB Salzburg. Back in the Premier League, and Sunday proves to be one of the biggest days of the season so far, with not one but 3 local derbies. The action kicks off at midday as West London comes together for Chelsea versus Fulham for their first meeting in 4 years. We then head north to Islington for North London derby at the Emirates Stadium for 2 p.m. before the action concludes with the Merseyside derby at Anfield at 4:15. Unai Emery's Arsenal side are looking to make it 19 games unbeaten in all competitions, whilst Jurgen Klopp will have his eyes on another week without defeat for the red side of Stanley Park.
It's all shaping up ahead of one of the biggest fights of the year this weekend. In boxing, Tyson Fury will challenge Deontay Wilder on Saturday night for Wilder's WBC World Heavyweight Championship. The fight will see the two undefeated heavyweight champions face off at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. A press conference at the Media Day on Wednesday saw the two men and their respective teams break out in a physical confrontation just days before their headlining bout. Whilst this event is showcasing the best boxing has to offer, there remains a threat to the sport in terms of its international status. Boxing is in danger of missing the 2020 Olympics as the IOC investigates. The IOC stated planning for the tournaments frozen on Friday, the decision after the AIBA said a progress report to the Olympic body, detailing that the organization must sort out its finances and governance problems, as well as anti-doping issues in the sport.
Sticking with boxing, the sport of kickboxing has taken off at local level here in Southampton. Our reporter Shama Bufala went to find out more.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to be in the UFC? We went down to Solent Kickboxing to see the first steps into becoming an elite athlete. Solent is welcoming everyone to get involved, whether it's for fitness, discipline, or even to compete in the sport. The door is always open. Recently, the club has seen a surge in membership. Solent coach Christian San says participation levels are increasing due to the rise of UFC.
Because before UFC came out, everyone was, everyone believed that a lot of things would work that maybe wouldn't in reality. So a lot of martial arts styles had some effective sides to them, but a lot of what they were doing wasn't tested. It wasn't really something that would work. So it's made people look and go back to basics. So kickboxing's being recognised, whether it's Thai boxing or the American style kickboxing. All are very similar. It's been recognised that that's what everyone needs to do. If you're going to do something like UFC, you need good boxing skills and basic good kicking skills.
UFC brand value has seen an increase in 1 year by rising 335%. The hard-hitting sport has caught worldwide recognition. This is partly down to the superstars such as Conor McGregor and Darren Till. National heroes are inspiring local talent to get involved, such as Solent student Callum Roy, who admitted UFC is the reason behind his involvement with the sport.
People that was fighting in UFC, people like John Jones, Anderson Silva, Chuck Liddell, those people really inspired me to get into martial arts, to try and get into the cage one day.
Kickboxing is on the up, but will Solent produce the first rising star in the sport?
The other thing is you need some big names, need some stars, people who become household names, because that's where all sports take off. The UFC at the moment, for example, years ago, most people, apart from Conor McGregor and a few others, a lot of people don't know many of the names. When it started, there are a lot more household names.
Hockey is one of Solent University's biggest sports, winning their recent Bucks game 2-1 on Wednesday. Our reporter Juliana Lowe has been down to the Trojans Hockey Club in Eastleigh to meet one of their new recruits with a different background to the norm.
Solent Hockey has a new star player. Miguel Ralha a semi-professional Portuguese hockey player, has chosen Southampton as his new home, where he showcases his flashy skills and techniques. Miguel currently plays for Havant as well as Solent's first team. At the age of 14, Miguel started his hockey career in school.
I started at school because my PE teacher it was a hockey coach as well, so he invited me to practice some hockey, and I did, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, now I'm playing. I'm just playing. That's it.
Shortly after his hockey career took off, he moved to many different clubs in the Netherlands before finally settling here in the UK.
So in Portugal, I played for my school, and then I moved to Lisbon Casuals and Casa Pia. And then I played 3 years in the Netherlands. Played for Van Loos Hockey Club, and now I'm playing in England for Havant Hockey Club.
Having over 100 caps for the Portuguese national team, Miguel had a bright future ahead of him at a very young age.
When I was 15, I was first selected for the under 16 of the national team. Then I kept going, so I played for the under 18s, under 21s, and now I'm playing for the men team.
Currently studying sports management in a foundation year, he has played 5 games with 9 goals and 10 assists in the season so far. As well as being a talented hockey player, he also started a social media page with him and his friends called Self-Pass, and started selling his own merchandise such as hockey sticks and clothes.
Basically, Self-Pass, it all started with the camera, and we were at the club filming some tricks, and we decided to post that video on internet, and it got really viral. It was crazy, everyone was sharing, so we just decided to go on with the project. And nowadays we considered some of the best freestylers in the world, and we have more than 100,000 followers on Instagram and Facebook.
With Miguel's talent clearly on display for everyone to see, you can expect great things from him in the near future.
2019 is an exciting year for Solent Sport and Solent University, with the completion of a state-of-the-art sporting complex on campus. I'll report where the moms went behind the scenes this week to see what we can expect. It's really starting to take shape, and Adam is live for us outside the new hall now. Adam, what else can you tell us about the project?
Okay, so the building behind me is going to cost Solent University around £28 million. It's all to complete a brand new, state-of-the-art sports facility after St Mary's was just not refurbished enough, and this new building is going to contain several sports halls and loads of new gyms that the students will be able to use, and it'll also help with many courses such as hosting the basketball matches, and personal training courses as well will be helped with the inclusion of this new building.
Do you think it will benefit Solent Sport athletes and teams?
Well, the building is going to have a huge impact on the look of East Park Terrace. It's going to fill in a gap next to the Spark, which will now make the front row of buildings at Solent look brand new and refurbished and up to date. And in the inside, it's going to offer plenty of opportunities for students to get involved and to use state-of-the-art machinery to help with their progression as they look to go into their careers.
With Christmas approaching, there's a story worthy of the season in basketball. The NBA superstar Steph Curry came to the aid of a young fan who couldn't find a pair of his basketball trainers. 9-year-old Riley wrote to Curry, displaying a disappointment to see no Curry 5s for sale under the girls section, but there for the boys. The basketball player promised to send the trainers to Riley, and also invited her to a Warriors game. That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah, they'll get you right in Christmas season.
Yeah. And that is all from us at Solent Sports News. Make sure you follow our social media links for daily sports coverage. Thank you for tuning in.